I mean, it is a rabies-infested hen house.
And
For Sunny Hostin, co-host of The View, it has proven to be absolutely nothing less than a public relations catastrophe. What occurs when your spouse's criminal charge turns into a nationwide spectacle? Known for her incisive commentary on issues ranging from systemic injustices to social inequities, the television personality now finds herself under scrutiny, though not for her characteristic intense viewpoints this time. Instead, it is because of the scandal encompassing her husband, Dr. Emanuel Manny Hostin. Rogan did not pull any punches, skewering Sunny and The View in a manner that ignited a flurry of attention among supporters. Joe Rogan, who is quite experienced at inciting controversy, decided to single out Sunny for what he perceives as overt hypocrisy, simultaneously ridiculing her public image on his well-known podcast. Now, the emphasis has shifted away from The View's attention-grabbing discussions to a genuine drama that may overshadow everything they tackle on the show. Moreover, how does this connect to one of the biggest racketeering cases in recent memory? Yet what precisely is happening in this situation? What does any of this have to do with her spouse's apprehension? And why is Joe Rogan ordinarily known for condemning political correctness, throwing verbal barbs at Sunny Hostin? Sunny Hostin has encountered controversy on numerous occasions. Throughout her time on The View, she has developed a reputation as one of the program's most outspoken personalities, often confronting difficult topics like systemic inequality, societal pitfalls, and racial injustice. However, let's pause and gather our perspective before we dissect the lurid specifics of this scandal. Celebrated for her piercing wit and unwavering positions, she is typically the one at the forefront of exposing dishonesty. For quite some time, Hostin has been regarded as an emblem of virtuousness. However, a predicament has arisen. At present, her once unassailable moral stance appears increasingly uncertain. Although she has been admonishing the nation about ethics, she now finds her own circumstances caught in an unforeseen tempest. In the past 2 months alone, she was compelled to deliver official apologies on the program for multiple contentious statements she uttered. It looked as though a tempest of epic proportions was forming for a situation far more significant, and it has finally arrived. He is more than simply Sunny's spouse. He is also a revered orthopedic surgeon who operates Hostin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Now, let's shift our focus to Dr. Emanuel Manny Hostin, the individual at the core of this entire maelstrom. A legal action has been instituted, alleging his participation in an enormous scheme of insurance fraud. Of late, Dr. Hostin has become embroiled in one of the most intricate and widely publicized courtroom struggles in New York's annals. In this instance, however, it is not the mafia under scrutiny. Rather, it is an extensive web of healthcare practitioners and clinics. This lawsuit can only be described as incendiary. It is a sensational legal fight poised to shake the healthcare field to its foundation. This effort is linked to the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, RICO Act, a statute originally intended to dismantle organized criminal factions. Among roughly 200 individuals named as defendants, Dr. Hostin stands accused of masterminding a plot encompassing superfluous surgeries, deceitful medical operations, and insurance-related kickbacks. In what capacity does Sunny Hostin figure into this entire affair? Yet, the crucial mystery remains. Just how extensive is this operation? He directly targeted the foundation of her public image, criticizing her for preaching morality to the masses while supposedly overlooking her spouse's dubious activities. Here comes Joe Rogan, the reigning figure of the podcast realm, renowned for his candid take on politics, culture, and societal topics. During a recent installment of the Joe Rogan Experience, he wasted no time in calling out Sunny Hostin and her hypocrisy. He came down heavily on Sunny, emphasizing that she had been swift to place blame on others while her own family got tangled in a massive fraud case. And he certainly did not halt there. Rogan advanced even further, ridiculing The View as a whole by hinting that its panelists, including Sunny, could be counted among the dumbest people on television. Then he remarked, "If your husband is allegedly doing something like this, you would be aware." How could she not have known? As Rogan's supporters devoured his severe critique, the attention shifted away from The View's typical on-air spectacles to the genuine legal clash playing out in court. Originally intended to combat organized crime, the RICO Act is instead being applied here to a broad coalition of physicians, medical offices, and healthcare institutions. Individuals seeking care ended up facing interventions they did not actually require, while insurance firms were billed for treatments that potentially were never even done. The accusations are straightforward. Doctor Manny Hostin and various other healthcare providers supposedly carried out unwarranted procedures purely for monetary profit. We must dissect the RICO lawsuit in detail to truly grasp the enormity of this situation. This was not limited to a small group of doctors bending the rules. Instead, it was a meticulously structured plot to defraud insurance providers of millions. Consider the horror of a patient undergoing an operation, only to later discover it had been totally unnecessary, and worse yet, that they had been mere chess pieces in a lucrative scheme. Upon further examination, the legal complaint explicitly charges Dr. Hostin with taking illegal incentives for carrying out procedures that, frankly, were not essential. This litigation has seized the curiosity of both the general public and the legal sphere due to its enormous reach and the multitude of individuals implicated. The crucial inquiry is whether these procedures were actually necessary or simply a strategy for physicians to boost their earnings. Most of the disputed surgeries were arthroscopic interventions, which might appear benign initially, but can be recommended too often if doctors stand to benefit financially. Individuals seeking treatment may have suffered harm, and faith in medical institutions could be irreparably damaged. The repercussions of this controversy extend well past Dr. Hostin's personal standing, casting a stark glare on the healthcare apparatus and exposing the ways avarice and malfeasance can compromise trust and patient welfare. Should these allegations be substantiated, this might rank among the most extensive scandals in the annals of American healthcare. In this instance, however, she is keeping her distance. Under typical circumstances, Sunny would be leading the conversation, either safeguarding her relatives or clarifying any misapprehensions. That lack of comment has piqued interest, prompting some to suspect she might be shielding her public persona or simply lying low until her lawyers advise her otherwise. Supporters are left guessing, and with every passing day, her silence appears to convey a strong message. Is she quietly supporting her husband, or is she steering clear of the accusations? Although Sunny Hostin generally addresses disputes without delay, she has been conspicuously mum about her spouse's detention and the scandal that followed. From unwarranted surgeries to the overuse of medications, there is no shortage of controversies in the medical realm. This affair does not revolve solely around a single physician. It symbolizes the entrenched corruption that, according to some, runs rampant within healthcare. This scenario involves not just a handful of unethical individuals, but rather an enormous web of parties, organizations, and corporations behind a multi-million-dollar operation. Yet the sheer magnitude is what makes this situation exceptional. Should these claims be validated, it may emerge as one of the most significant fraud prosecutions in healthcare's history, and the unsettling question lingers. To what extent can we rely on a system that apparently values profit above patient well-being? Although this fraud lawsuit centers on a single individual, it nevertheless looms large over the healthcare industry as a unit. So, what does this mean for everyone involved? Furthermore, what implications will this have for Sunny Hostin's reputation moving forward? As the legal battle continues, a pivotal inquiry persists. To what extent are Dr. Manny Hostin's deeds truly his own? And how much do they mirror bigger systemic dilemmas within medical and insurance practices? Given Joe Rogan's remarks on Sunny Hostin's hypocrisy and her husband's escalating legal challenges, the distressing realities brought to light by this situation cannot be overlooked. We will remain vigilant as the intrigue evolves, and we will be right here offering the newest developments. If today's analysis resonated with you, remember to like and subscribe for further updates on this narrative. For the moment, the legal spectacle rolls on, and as each new development emerges, one fact is clear: this scandal is nowhere near resolved. See you in the next one.